Lovetalk Radio.
Hello, this is Spirit Blessings with your host, Lisa Atkinson.
Hello, everyone. Happy holiday. It's Easter here where I am, and I'm celebrating spring and a bit of my own resurrection after a shoulder injury. So I'm really happy to have our amazing guest on today, who is a sound healer, which I think is perfect for today. And I'm so excited because DenRA Prophet has done a lot of amazing things with spiritual healing sounds and music and channeling, and just really tuned in to higher vibrations of love. And we are in for a treat today. We're going to hear some pieces later, and I just want to find out all about this because this is really amazing stuff, right, DenRA? This is pretty new. What you do. You're healing.
Yeah, it's relatively new. Dr. Leonard Horowitz is probably the foremost expert on 528 frequency tuning.
Okay, but you're doing it too.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people doing it, a lot of different musicians. And he has a website, too, where you can basically convert your music into the 528 frequency tuning.
Wow, I was wondering how you did that. So first, let's say what you have. It's fascinating, all the things you're into. You've got earthharmonics.org, and you've got music at ReverbNation/DenRA, right? And then is there a homepage you want to direct people to? And you're on Facebook.
Yeah, and there's also a homepage for Earth Harmonics, www.earthharmonics.org.
Yeah, and that is amazing because you actually are so lucky to live in Santa Barbara, California, or near there, I guess, and you started that with, what was it, Michael Jackson's Godson?
Yeah, Anthony Jackson was the one who came up with the name. We were talking about a project, to heal the ocean because, the ocean has been in trouble for a long time, and it's the basis of all of our lives and the life of the planet. And so when you talk about healing the planet, basically the most important thing to heal, the ocean, because, number one, most of our oxygen comes from the ocean.
Algae.
Yeah, the algae. Of course, it comes from trees, too, but most of it basically comes right from the seas.
And we are water, mostly water, too.
Yeah, we're 70, 80% water.
So that really works. Like, I guess most animals probably are mostly water.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
We were talking earlier about that it really can work with environments and to raise the vibration of environments, and also with animals. I'm sure the fish would appreciate it, or the mammals. So it's not just healing for people listening to the music.
Yeah, it's all of life, basically. And the frequency is tuned to basically the heart and the energy of love, and also resonates to the color greenish yellow in the color spectrum. And, of course, we know that love is the greatest healer. And the 528 resonates also to the me, the MI, on the solfeggio musical scale, which is the miracle note.
Wow.
And so it creates miracles. And so I've put it into a variety of different kinds of music. My musical creations go all over the map and just about every style. But the reason for that is my wide interest in music, number one. Number two, I want to reach the most people with that vibration, because we all need healing. We all have different musical tastes. And so I think the things that you're going to play today are the electronic, but I have other types of music too.
Yeah,
more,
really, just all kinds. And you were saying that Imagine by John Lennon and Paul McCartney did some.
Yeah, Paul McCartney records all of his music in 528 now.
Wow.
And John Lennon recorded Imagine in 528 hertz too.
So they discovered this as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
And is that something that works, like we were talking about a little bit before with the tuning forks? If you have a tuning fork that's at that frequency, is that like a similar thing when people use tuning forks? Like
well, you need the solfeggio. Then you need the solfeggio tuning forks to get a correct 528 tone.
And so it is the same principle.
Same principle, but different forks, and the regular tuning is basically 440, and with the 528 tuning, it's A equals 444 or plus 16 cents in the tuning.
Wow.
Another belief is that what's that?
Go ahead.
Another belief is that you need to buy tuning forks to tune your instrument to the ancient solfeggio 528. In fact, the forks are not necessary for precise tuning. Rather than using forks for tuning instruments, I encourage you get a high-quality set of 9 solfeggio forks for healing purposes.
Okay. Good. So anyone who's doing acutonics or tuning fork healing, that's important. I love that stuff. It's really nice. I've definitely seen it shake some stuff loose. We hold a lot in our bodies, and when these vibrations come in, they can help to move the energy.
Yeah, since we're all vibration, that makes a lot of sense.
You did some work with iridology and applied nutrition as well, so you're pretty interested in healing in other capacities too.
Yeah, I've been interested in all those modalities for a long, long time, and acupuncture and electroacupuncture.
Wow.
And iridology. I've been studying that for decades. And the sound was just a natural progression.
Do you have people listen with headphones, or what do you suggest people do?
I think headphones are the best way to
Uh-huh.
get the full effect of music in general.
Or just blast it.
Depends on your neighbors, yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe not in the city. But
yeah. But if you, you can. Yeah,
not late at night.
Not late at night, yeah.
But, I want to talk a little bit about some of your mediumistic. I mean, you've obviously been really inspired by higher dimensions with your healing work, and your, this 528 hertz is used in DNA repair, and it's like ancient almost technology, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
yes.
But that's so inspiring. And then you also have had your own experiences with dead musicians coming in.
Yeah, live musicians and dead musicians.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Basically, one of my big inspirations when I was starting more popular music was the Fabs. They're a pop rock group from Scotland. And Fabiola Gatti has been a big inspiration. She and her girlfriends in Europe have encouraged me to write music and continue what I've been doing. But so I want to thank Fabiola and the Fabs for all their encouragement and support over the years. As far as other musicians, one one night, real late, I was working in my studio at home and creating new music, and basically it was right after Michael Jackson had died, and I was working on a song that was encouraged by Fabiola, and it's called Lights in My Room, and so it started out as an inspiration by her, and then it progressed into a song for Michael, and then Michael started coming through, and I could feel his presence in the room, and I could, feel him influencing the way the music was going, and so that was a real amazing experience to have. And
he lit up the room, or there was something with...
Basically, his lights, his energy, yeah. He was real powerful energetically, and he meditated a lot and was into telepathy. Yeah.
He is so accessible. Like, I know he's come through to me, and he's come through to other people that I know and people that know him. It seems like he really wants to continue to interact with us and actually help. He came through with a healing message for one of my teachers that was actually really important, because she was going to have surgery that she really didn't need to have, and was not going to probably go that well. And he actually came through to warn her, which was pretty amazing, I thought. Really generous of him.
Yeah, he's that type of person. And recently I've come in contact with an Egyptian woman named Susan Elsa, and she channels Michael, and she's also been in contact with Elvis, and she's written a couple of books and does music herself, and then she also works on video, and she lives in Switzerland. Go ahead.
There's a lot of us contacting. He keeps coming through, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you enjoy working? I know you worked with Jim Morrison too, and they really that one song that you shared with me. There was one particular song, and you sounded like him, and it really sounded exactly like him. Do you enjoy collaborating with spirits?
Well, I think I enjoy collaborating with Jim now that he's passed more than I probably would have when he was alive, because of the time, and what he was going through with the alcohol and drugs. But now Jim is a different person than he was back then. Of course, he's grown a lot more spiritually, and he wanted to do new music, and he died when he was 27. So I felt as though the music was coming from him through me, and so there was a few songs I did like that, and people have said, yeah, that sounds just like him or close to him, But the lyrics are a little different, similar on some of the phraseology he used, but.
Do you invite them in, or do they just show up?
I think I'm just basically open when I'm creating. I think when you're creating, when you create anything like art or music, I mean, some people have an intention to create a certain thing. Other people are just open to receive, from the universe. And so I'm just open, and he just showed up. And I think one reason, he knew one of my old girlfriends, Kathleen, and Kathleen was from a musical background herself, and her mother was a music teacher. And she had interviewed Jim and asked Jim what he was looking for in life, and it was after a concert that he did at the Cobo Arena in Detroit. And he said true love, which I think was what Elvis was looking for. And I'm sure that's what Michael. I think that's what everybody really is looking for in life.
Mhm. And then the 528 hertz frequency would really attract those people.
Yeah,
it is
more
the
so
love
than
frequency.
any other frequency. Yeah.
So, do you intend to create a healing piece when you do that, or just open to creating something?
Well, my intention, first of all, is I'm open to God before I create music. And I know Elvis was the same way, and a lot of people don't know a lot of things about Elvis, but
wow, yeah,
he was highly spiritual, and he basically was in a car with some people, and it was starting to storm really bad, and there was an open top, and he just took his hands and parted the clouds, basically, and it cleared up. But he is into something called the White Brotherhood or the Ascended Masters. And Michael was on a similar path also.
Wow.
So now my friend Susan Elza gets into
a problem.
this. What's that?
The drugs probably were a problem, I would think, like with the Elvis.
Yeah, I think the drugs were a problem, but I think those were overplayed. I think a lot of the drugs too were vitamins and herbs, and because he was real into health, and I think he became really depressed later in life. You know, he put on a lot of weight, and so those 50 pills that they claimed that he got up with and got down with, I think a lot of those too were nutrients, and he ate a good diet and so forth. He really was a spiritual, innocent.
Do you have experience
person.
with him too with your music, or not?
Not as much, but he has been coming in lately as far as an influence.
I like his music, actually. I really enjoyed some of those ballads.
There's some real good songs that are timeless, and of course, he's still got millions of fans. And it was interesting that Michael Jackson married his daughter.
Right.
And so, from what I understand, is she, one psychic told me that basically Michael was told, and this was Susan, was told by Elvis psychically that when he would pass, that he would pass similar to the way that he did. And so he did, similar kind of early type death.
And Jim Morrison too.
Yeah, Jim Morrison too. And of course there is no real death. It's
right.
We're all, but as far as the body goes, the temple, bendable, but can be healed also, and that's what I work on.
The way that I met you was through after the Fukushima incident, and you were working on generating a lot of healing energy for that area and the ocean around Japan, which was beautiful. You got enormous.
That was the Fukushima cleanse, meditation, and that's still ongoing.
Good.
People are still meditating, and it was pretty amazing because there were people there. When we first started, there were people there all night, different times, from all over the world, and just about every country. It was amazing. Africa, Japan, a lot of people from Japan. My music also is in Japan through a 528 hertz type of video broadcast. And so those people were part of it too. And Yeah, it was really an amazing event. It's still going on.
Is it easy to remember the Facebook page for that? I know you had a special place where people could go. Cleanse or?
Yeah, that's, let me see. That's Fukushima Cleanse Meditation was the name, or is the name. And let me see if I can pull that up. I've got the computer on in front of me.
That's a big community, still growing, I guess. So people might want to jump on.
Yeah, it's still going on. We had planned it only just for that day, but there was such a great response, and people were really excited that it just kept going and going.
Yeah, and I noticed this amazing spirit of the group. The community spirit was so loving and generous and welcoming, and there were people really, it was so authentic. It's really nice. For a lot of the Facebook groups are not as, friendly, in a way. So it's just really
I think a lot of that has to do with the love and the 528 hertz and then all the people. I mean, there wasn't just the influence of that alone. Of course, love was the biggest one from, a variety of different people, different backgrounds, different, spiritual orientations, different parts of the world, everywhere. I mean, it was just amazing, just little islands out in the middle of nowhere. People were joining in, and Bolivia and Poland and England. Yeah, it was just really an international event. So it's not a simple address, but if you put Fukushima Cleanse Meditation, you should be able to pull it up.
Okay, I think people will find it. There can't be that many.
Well, there's quite a few different Fukushima meditations going on now, and there was also an energy healing that kind of sprouted off of ours with this guy from Santa Fe, Mr. Mori. He's an energy healer.
Cool.
And then there was another one also that was offshoot from that too.
Well, when people want to do some support for themselves and tune into your frequency 528 hertz frequency sounds, they can go to Reverb Nation /DenRA, and you have some samples there, right? And is there another place?
There's a lot of free downloads there too. So, I don't want to exclude anybody for lack of funds or. So I've got a lot of free downloads there. Also, if you're looking for meditation type 528 hertz music, if you put it into YouTube, you'll pull up all kinds from different artists besides myself. You can buy my music on iTunes, CD Baby. It's just www.cdbaby.com/DenRA, and that has all my albums listed there. There's a lot of other ones all over the world that are selling them, other download companies, but not always as cheap. And like I say, there are a lot of free ones too on Reverb Nation. You can just download the MP3.
Okay, and everyone can find you on Facebook too.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook.
So I want to. We're pretty much at the end of the time. I'm going to play a couple of clips of yours, but I think I'm going to just take it out with that because just play a couple of songs and let people listen and just wrap it up with you right now. So you want to give us an introduction for these two pieces, or do you want to wrap it up with anything? Or
no, that's okay.
Okay.
Just play the music. That would be great. These are a couple of older pieces that I did. They're totally electronic and just basically music.
Yeah.
And my other things are combination and have lyrics and vocals and different styles of music.
It's just really every style. I mean, it seems like a lot of different stuff.
I've got every style going on there. I mean, from surf music to The Doors to Michael Jackson to Prince to country to Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, type. I did a song like that too. Yeah, I did one for a lady friend of mine in Seattle, and it's tuned to 528 hertz too, so it's got a healing frequency to it.
Cool. That's really nice for him too.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. So thank you so much for coming on, and thank you for your lovely work. And then
thanks for having me on the show, and much love and many blessings to everyone out there, and just keep following your heart.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm just going to cue this up.
In the night, a flame that flickers bright. Moonlight, crystal. Come